Peasant Productions presents the math of ESP. Why it works even if you don't believe in it. Okay, I just took my headband off. It's a lot nicer to have my hair down. Okay, the idea of building the correct image and how extremely simple it really is. Meditation practices and things like that, the very simplest ones that I first came across, they told you to sit in front of a candle and watch that little flame burn for a little bit. Then remove the candle, blow it out, put it off to one side, close your eyes, and try and image that candle burning in front of you. It's not really that tough to do. After all, how many of you sit there and think about, man, I really want that ice cold beer, and you're envisioning that nice ice cold beer. The woman's thinking about that nice gold diamond ring, or that pretty dress, or that fancy bra, or those high heel boots, you name it, okay? The kid wants the new toy, the video game. You do it all the time, folks. It's really not that hard, is it? No. The difference is the words. Oh, meditation, that's like really hard because you gotta stop and think about it. Well, actually, you do it already. Okay? That's where Buddhism is extremely bad. They try and tell you you have to go to this long lineage of masters who are, been around forever. They don't tell you that, hey, every day of the year, of every minute of your life, you are probably envisioning something which is a meditation principle, a meditation practice to actually accomplish something. Whether it's getting yourself today's lunch, you want the hamburger, the hot dog, the vegetarian meal. For me, I really want some curry right now. I've been 2 years out of Southern California. There aren't a lot of curry places here in this little Mexican town. You envision it, you see it, you think about it all the time. You don't think of it as meditation, that horrible word. When you pray, you're thinking about, come on, God, please, Christ, give me what I need. And it might be, a healing, it might be a new job, it might be a new car, it might be a house. You might be like that one preacher, God's going to kill me if you don't give me $10 million to build a giant cross. Why would God kill somebody for not making a murder weapon? Yeah. But nonetheless, that guy got his $10 billion. Somebody did run up within, I think, if I recall right, it was in the 1990s, if I recall right, the guy had like an hour to go after having done like a 30-day preaching and sermoning about how he has to build this, I think it was like a 30 or 40 or 50 foot tall cross, all lit up and all glorified, and it's for Christ. Yes, I'm building my church so I can be a TV evangelist, but this giant cross is really for God. 1 hour left to go. Some sucker gave him the $9.5 million he needed. I'm sorry, whether the guy was laughing or what. I wanted to see if the guy was actually going to try and commit suicide because he didn't get money to build a big cross. I was laughing quite hard about that, but nonetheless, he was envisioning it and he got it. Okay, Bill Gates was envisioning building an empire. He got it. Steve Jobs envisioning, a fantastic computer system, and basically he kind of got it. It's all commercialized. It's relatively, as far as I'm concerned, a piece of crap because you can't work on them, you can't do anything yourself on them. You have to send them into specialized repair shops. You can't buy anything to upgrade, and all the stuff that those of us that actually work with computers need to do. And you will find that an awful lot of graphic designers and people that are actually in the know of graphics and artistic stuff are now using other programs, and some of us are even switching over to Linux because it simply gives us the freedom to do what we need to do rather than lock us into exactly this or that. The masses, on the other hand, you have the apps. Okay, now if you can show me an app for photography that is not based off of something that we used to do in the wet darkroom, let me know. Okay, so far every application program that instantly does something really nifty and neat comes from something that we used to do long ago. Absolutely everything, even HDR, which is taking several images and putting them together into one image to give you that high definition resolution that gives you the really great detail in the front and the really great detail in the dark and all of that kind of stuff. That's based off of the idea that we would sit in the darkroom and we would have several shots and we would, put each one into the enlarger and have everything set just right, and we would work filters and our knockouts and our cutouts and various things and put the whole thing together. We called it sandwiching when you put two or more negatives together. Now it's called HDR, or it's called Photoshop layering, depending on which particular one you want to do. But it's all there. Let me grab something really fast. I'll give you an idea here, okay? Okay, this is an actual for real. It's not the best one of these. Actual for real photograph taken by me. It's what's called light trails. Okay, it was done at night at an amusement park. Okay, the guy got onto the internet and he's bragging about how, oh, cell phones are the most wonderful things, and we have these applications, and I'm a professional photographer, and I'm ready to trash all my professional camera equipment because these apps do stuff that was never ever available beforehand. I've got, see this? This is a light trail, folks. You could never do it before. This was taken with a speed graphic camera that was actually sold and went into business. I got it from a museum, part of restoration work of the negatives taken with that camera. Okay, that camera was in use in the mid-1930s, because that's when the photographs I was restoring and making duplications of negatives that were deteriorating were taken. They were taken in 1935, 1938, when Folsom Dam, Folsom Dam, the one that they were just talking about getting ready to break and obliterate everything up there in Northern California, and Highway 70 were put in. those were the images I was working on. Okay, so this camera is from 1930s, and look at that. It's light trails, folks. Yeah, so your applications are nothing more than a repackaging. It's like the EMT tapping. Okay. It's also acupressure, which is about 4,000, 5,000 years old. Okay, but we got a new name. And if you really think that I'm lying about how things are repackaged and resold, walk into any supermarket and take a look at Jell-O brand pudding and see how long it takes you, how many stores you have to go into before you see a box of chocolate Jell-O brand pudding as a brand new flavor. In 2015, when I left California, it was still available as a brand new flavor right there on the Jell-O box, brand new boxes on the shelf. New flavor, chocolate pudding. Anybody want to bet that you couldn't buy chocolate Jell-O brand pudding in 1920? Yeah. Okay. That's how much your sales pitches and your lying of advertising is available. So that's why I say you have to stop, reset the whole image in your head, but you also have to realize you do this imaging all day long. So it's not tough, it's not hard, it's not a lot of work. It is simply taking a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes out of your day to calm yourself down and think about the fact that you can do it. Once you do that, once you realize that, life becomes easy because you suddenly understand how easy it is to image correctly to get to where you want to go. You want a Maserati? Start looking at pictures of Maseratis and seeing the image of a Maserati in your head. And who knows, you might find somebody selling a Maserati for $1,000 down the street from you.